Hi, y'all. And my name is Judy, and today we are going to talk a little bit more detail about self love. A lot of people are focusing on self love when they set goals at the beginning of each year, and sometimes we forget to define what self love look for us. We still are working on our goals. We've determined our goals. We've used different strategies to put our goals in place and to start working our goals. We've been checking in on our goals. We've been using our calendar. We've been doing a lot around goals on this channel, right? And I just want us to take a moment and to talk about a goal and going through the process of developing a goal with self love. So, interestingly enough, self love and self compassion is one of those things that people don't focus on a lot. We go throughout our day to day lives and we show compassion to others. We're kind to others. We participate in activities that others want us to do, right? We don't set our boundaries, right? We kind of let people walk all over our boundaries. To be honest, we do. So we need to focus on self love because that will actually help us with other goals, right? And when you're good, you can help others be great, right? When you're great, you can help others to be phenomenal. And I'm talking about significant others, parents, children, nieces, nephews, whoever, friends, right? If you're able to focus on the love you have for yourself and to cultivate the love you have for yourself, you are able to help others, right? So let's go through some things. And if you've seen my shorts, because I've done an entire series on self love, I'm going to talk about it here so that we can put it all together in one video. And the shorts are out there if you want to get a snippet of it and you don't have time to watch this entire video. I do have little shorts on journaling, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth. Okay, so let me just grab my paper here and let's go over certain things. So one of the first things is what is self-love? What would you say self-love is? Please jot down in the comment section what self-love is. And while you're there, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I so much. So, what's the first thing we need to do when we talk about self-love? We need to define it for ourselves, right? We need to define what self means. And we know that self is basically you're talking about your whole being. You're talking about you as an individual, right? We're talking about you taking time to look within yourself, to do some reflection. We talk about reflections when we were determining goals before. Well, that's kind of the same thing. You were doing some inward reflection, usually by yourself, because it's hard to reflect with others around. And it may be, you don't have an hour in a day. You don't have 30 minutes. It may be you take 10 minutes first thing in the morning to do some reflection about yourself. What are you missing? What can you identify about you, right? Number two, we need to determine what love is for us, right? Not what love is for someone else, but what love, the definition of love is for us. In my short snippet of my journal entry that I read on my short, if you want to go check it out, I actually read what love is to me. Some of it is trust, kindness, compassion. What is love to you? What are those things that you need to feel that someone has your back, right? What are those things that make you feel that you are loved? What are they, right? So that's number two. So now, after you've defined what self love is to you, then you need to make those boundaries and make them stick, right? We need to establish boundaries. Uh, we cannot have the conversation about self love and not talk about boundaries. Boundaries can be your front door, Boundaries can be your gate, your fence. Boundaries could be the elevator up to your apartment, let someone you let in. Boundaries can be your bedroom, right? Let's be real. Boundaries, you have to set those boundaries. Who are you letting into your space, into your physical space, and into your emotional space? That's what boundaries are dealing with. That's what we're focused on when we're talking about boundaries, right? Who are you letting in? How far are you letting them in, right? And let's not talk, we're not even going to go into them taking advantage of you or walking over you, because at that point, your boundaries are gone. You have none, right? With that individual. So, with every individual, spouse, significant other, parents, children, every individual, and notice I named people who are usually closer to you. So, can you imagine the boundaries that you have to set with your coworkers, right? The the person down the street, right? I'm not saying that you don't let people in. What I'm saying is you have to have boundaries and you have to establish them for different people, and you have to have emotional boundaries, not just physical boundaries. You need to say to yourself, when this person goes this far, that's it. I don't know about you, but you have to set those boundaries for yourself. So I think I've like beaten the dead horse, people say. Um, but with the boundaries situation, you have to establish boundaries. That is a form of self love. Setting boundaries, following up with the boundaries, is a form of self love. It's important for you to do that. Next thing, we talk about engaging in activities and hobbies that you like to do. Excuse me. The week goes by really fast. We know that. If you have one, two, three, oh my goodness, if you have multiple children or nieces and nephews that you help to take care of, or a parent that you are helping to take care of, or a friend of a friend that you have to drive somewhere, before you know it, the week is over and you've engaged in nothing that you enjoy doing. It could be simply stopping at the store and buying a seltzer water. I'm just picking that. And some popcorn and going home to watch an episode of your favorite show. Something else I enjoy doing, actually love to do, is to thrift. So on a Saturday, I might get up, do my chores, my things that I have to do for my family, and I might be see ya in a couple hours, and I'm thrifting. I have joy. I it's joyful for me to thrift. It's joyful for me to find those cute little things, or something that was super expensive and now it's super duper cheap. I enjoy thrifting, right? And I go and I get lost for a couple hours, and that's it. I also enjoy, if it's the summertime, because it's cold where I live, I enjoy people watching. I find human beings to be very interesting. And so I will sit in an outdoor coffee shop and I'll get a cup of coffee and I'll have my book and I'll write for a little bit and then I'll people watch. Whatever you enjoy. So find an activity or hobby that you enjoy doing it and make sure you actually spend time doing it, and do not spend time only doing what someone else wants you to do. Okay? So that's a form of self love, right? You want to practice self compassion. That's another thing. Be kind to yourself. We spend so much time talking bad about ourselves. We make so many mistakes. We are human, right? But for some reason, it's easier for us to have compassion for a friend. A friend calls us and they're like, man, I messed up, right? I messed up. This is what I did. and you tell your friend, don't beat yourself up. You'll get another chance. Something else will happen. You get another opportunity. And we don't do that for ourselves. So another thing is, we already have the activities. Another thing is to take care of you in all ways. Okay? Take care of your body. Take care of your mental health. Exercise if you need to. Eat healthy. Obviously, we know we're not going to eat healthy every day. We're not going to exercise every day. Not me. I know I'm not. Maybe you are. But to be honest, okay, do the best you can in taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, because that is love. That's a form of self-love. Another thing is, we talk about mental health, is to cultivate all these things that we're talking about. You have to cultivate it. You have to always work on it. It's not going to come easy. It's not going to be automatic. All right. Cultivate these things. Okay. That is beneficial for you. Okay. That is self-love. And it is the day before Valentine's Day. And I just wanted to spend some time going over this. If your goal at any point is to do more things for yourself, if your goal in 2025 is to lose weight, is your goal to start counseling, is your goal to exercise 3 times out of the week, is your goal to eat healthier, is your goal to form better friendships, is your goal to meet someone and settle down? Well, we gotta be able to do these things within ourselves, for ourselves, before we can reach out and do them with other people. So that is the video for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you next time for the good of the group. Bye.